want to see.
So should I just pick up one of these?
Yeah, in a moment.
Okay.
Just wait till
First question. Question is...
Oh, the first one is, why are you so fat?
I asked myself that question for a lot of years.
I didn't really have a lot of say in it. I didn't wake up one day and think, I think I might be fat.
I'm fat probably because that's the way the women are in my family. We're all the same shape.
I've been a former sumo wrestler. Everyone knows what a sumo wrestler is. They're all huge, big, fat, fat guys.
Why I'm so fat is because I don't train as much.
I'll be honest, this guy's got a weird look. He's got a skinny face, but a completely obese body. It was so weird.
I don't look after myself in the eating department.
I eat regular food. I put on more weight than other people.
I did go up and down a lot. And it's interesting that when I went on Weight Watchers for something like 3 years, I didn't actually feel that much better about my body. I didn't wear bathers, I didn't wear tight-fitting clothes, and I think that's because a lot of it's in your head about how you feel about yourself.
It pretty much comes down to headspace, I think, for me. When I was growing up, I was always a skinny,
I don't know about that.
thin lad. I think in my 20s, had a few relationship issues.
This guy's form factor is just crazy, bro. Like, that's a nutty form factor, bro. That's just nutty. Like, it looks AI generated, bro. It didn't look real.
Just kind of got lazy and sort of let go of myself. And then ever since then, it's been a bit of a roller coaster.
Being labelled fat from a young age
like
has
Tenacious D,
made
Jack Black.
it very difficult to live a confident life.
People say that I'm fat, that I can't do this, but I always prove them wrong.
Kids always tease me. I was always given crap. You get used to it, but it's not pleasant.
There's a thing we call good fatty, bad fatty. If you're a good fatty, then you're fat, but you still do exercise, you still eat well, you justify yourself, then you behave in a way that is acceptable. You are an ashamed fat person.
Oh, what a good fatty.
But if you pile your plate high, you're really hungry and you're just eating away, and you don't show any shame.
Like, all fat people are eating in a calorie surplus. So what does that even mean? What does that even mean? That you're all eating in the same, like, all that matters is your net weight, right? Like, it's your, I guess you could have like your fat to muscle ratio. Maybe a good fatty is still in a surplus, but it's better muscle ratio and maybe they've got better lungs and stuff.
Oh, what a bad fatty. They're having chips.
Then that's when people might start looking at you sideways.
Oh, bad fatty.
We're all human beings and we all deserve respect. And if you want to sit on the couch and eat donuts all day, whether you're thin or fat, that doesn't mean that you should be condemned.
No, you don't have to respect. What do you mean? If someone's just a lazy piece of shit, just sits there and eats food all day like a slob, like, they don't get respect. What do you mean? That doesn't work. They don't deserve respect. I watch My 600-Pound Life. There's these guys who, like, they have their kids looking after them, and they just sit there, wake up, get bathed, sit on the couch all day, just leech off the government. Their kids are brick because they're looking after them. Go to sleep, do the same shit again. And they're eating 7,000, 8,000 calories a day. Insane shit. And that's all they do. And it's like, you don't deserve respect for that. That should absolutely be condemned. 100% should be condemned. Like that behavior is dog shit. You're basically enslaving your kids so you can live like Jabba the Hutt and contribute nothing to society. Like, they should not be subsidized. They should, like, they need to get cut off so then they don't have all the money to buy the food, so they could not be so fucking fat. Am I crazy? Like, what?
People say, why are you so fat? I usually say, why are you so rude?
Do people treat you differently because you're fat?
Yes.
Yes.
Hell yes, they treat me differently because I'm fat.
If I'm in public, somebody pretty much says something to me on the street.
A guy came up to me and snorted like a pig in my face.
Yeah, pig noises.
Who the fuck is doing that? Wait, that's crazy. Wait, there's no way I don't believe it. Wait, you just go up to a fat person and go, fatty. Like, you just do that? That's someone. Dude, what? Like, maybe like a 10-year-old kid, right? Like, that's like 10-year-old kid. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. But it's a 10-year-old kid. 10-year-old kids say stupid shit to everyone.
Dog noises, cow noises. They get really generous with the farmyard.
People look at you like you're a lower class of person.
People don't invite me to things that involve movement.
I was riding down the waterfront. I gave a little ding ding of my bell because there were some people spread across. And as I passed them, the mother, it was a woman with like teenage kids, the mother goes, "Keep pedaling, you fat bitch." And I was like, "You're in front of your kids."
The worst are kids, because they don't have that filter. I've just had kids come
Yeah, they got it. Because she's so fat with the orange hair. Like, dude, I could just... Hey,
to me before and say, "You're fat." Straight out, "You're fat."
Yeah, I'm gonna
look at her. Look at her, though. Like, that's crazy.
horrify my grandmother and say that probably the meanest thing people say is they just call me a fat cunt.
You have to stop caring so much what people think of you. And you just say, well, that person wants to yell at me on the street. Well, the world's full of assholes.
Because I'm a blogger.
See, I would not... Like, this person's form factor is crazy, right? Like, it's like a blob person. It's like a mob from Elden Ring. Like, you know, she would like have a tail and kind of like float around. She's got like one of those little horns, and she goes, you know, one of those ones. But like, you wouldn't say something mean. Like, there's fat people everywhere. If you're just talking shit to every fat person, okay, for starters, that's just mean. On top of that, you're just going to be like every third person that walks by. But if this person was acting like a cunt, then bang, you now have a get out of jail free card to call them a fat bitch. Right? So like, what happened in that bike situation? Was it like a walking path and she came up behind them and just started going ting 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 ting, and then she's like, "You fat bitch." Like, okay, that's fair enough. Or was it like, oh no, this is a cycle path and she just used to, you know, you get what I'm saying, right? Is she out there acting like a mega cunt, and that's why people are calling her a fat bitch? Because of course that's gonna be a go-to. Like, yeah, you just say you're fat. It's like a bald person talking shit to you. Bang, you're bald, right? Fat person looks at you, but you're fat. It's kind of like an own card, right? It really is.
And an activist who's pretty visible online. I get those online a lot. One guy actually said that he was going to smash my face with a hammer if he saw me in public. It was great because I was able to track him down and he was emailing from his employer.
I find people just don't.
She seems like a mega bitch. I'm gonna be honest, and that's why people are calling her a fat cunt. She seems like a mega bitch.
To be close to you. Ugh, I don't want to talk to that person. He's a fat prick.
And me and my mates, we walked into one of the buffet restaurants. And when we get there, they stop us in the door. They said, like, we're not allowed to go in anymore. They were afraid that their business is gonna shut down because of us eating that much.
They assume that I will always...
What the fuck? You can't do that? That's crazy.
Want to eat their leftovers. If there's, you know, one or two mouthfuls left of something on a plate at a party, that I'm the one who'll eat it. Here, you can be the human garbage disposal. Once upon a time, I lived that because that's what I thought I had to do.
People ask, how do you wipe your butt? Personally, I prefer the neck of a swan. How do you wipe your butt? Unless you're standing on your head, I'm doing it the same as you, probably.
I think people just look at you and think that you're basically a failure in life. No one wants to be fat. No one grows up saying, "I want to be fat."
I'm not a stereotype.
Lizzo did, and then she got on Ozempic, and now she said, "Fuck that shit." But like the people who are fat and they cope themselves into saying they want to be fat, and then they're not fat, and then they're actually saying like, "Yeah, do you know what? Being fat is unhealthy."
Person with my own individual traits. One of them happens to be I'm fat.
Okay. How do you feel about the word obese?
It's a word. I don't tend to have feelings towards words.
Well, I'm yet to meet a fat person who likes the word obese.
I don't even understand it, so I don't If anyone said it to me, I don't even know what does it mean.
Isn't it a different classification? You go from like obese to morbidly obese to like super morbidly obese. Isn't it just say a clinical definition of like a certain BMI level or like waist to hip ratio, or what? No, what is that? Hip to no. It's like a tummy to height. There's some ratio they use that's very similar to BMI. That's
Latin.
You measure like two parts of your body.
Refers to somebody who eats so much that they become very fat.
Obese means that you've failed at being fat. It means that you've taken the next step from being fat to being extra fat.
Wait, so do women just rated me a B tier streamer right now? No. Wait. Obesity categories. They got, what is this? What the fuck is this? Underweight, overweight, obese class 1? Wait, that's obese class 1? So I thought that was called super morbidly obese. Wait, what? So we got, but apparently there's like a thing here. So they've had to invent new classes. So you've got underweight, normal weight, overweight, obese class 1, obese class 2, obese class 3. So these people are like obese class 2. I mean, that one lady's probably in obese class 3 though.
Pretty loaded word, and I much prefer the word fat.
Being fat is bad enough. Obese is like, it's the O word. It's
this guy's
something
got
that
so
you
much
don't
visceral
want mentioned
fat.
to you.
If you want to call me obese, you can call me obese. If you want to call me fat, you can call me fat. As long as you don't use it to label me as a bad person, then use whatever word you want.
Yeah, I know deep in the back of my head, but I'm obese, but I just don't want to say it to myself.
When was the last time you were skinny?
Define skinny.
I'm gonna skip
Never
this.
been skinny. Even when I was
I'm
born.
gonna skip this one.
Shit.
Why don't you just eat less? Well, that makes sense.
When I used to diet
Here we go.
and I lost weight, it felt like a huge achievement. And then it always came back. And then I felt like I failed.
It's not always about how much you eat. We all know that thin person who eats heaps and never seems to put on weight.
No. Your metabolism doesn't like fall off a cliff. You don't like turn like fucking 31 and then your metabolism's like halved. It's not, it's not how it works. No, it's literally just calories in, calories out. That's it. It's literally just calories in, calories out. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, certain macronutrients, of course, are important. And you know, if you, because there's a bit of caveat here, but it's for the most part calories in, calories out, 100%. 100%. This is cope. The reason why that skinny person can eat so much and not get fat is because they're actually probably just eating one large meal. You've seen them doing it, and then they're not snacking. Whereas you're just eating tons of snacks. Like, let's be real. That's what's happening.
Well, it goes the other way too.
Some people will like sweat it off and lose like 10 kilos in under a week, but I sweat. I train hard as I could, but still I only like...
That's not how you lose fat, bro. You lose fat by exhaling. He's not sweating it out. You lose fat by sweating. That's just water weight. You're not losing weight. Is not sweating, bro.
lose 2 or 3 kilos.
Until one day I realised it was the systems that failed. It was the diet. It was the pills. They were unsustainable. There's a reason that those companies make lots of money, and it's because they have repeat customers.
Yeah, I have a bad relationship with food.
Change your lifestyle, bro. What is this guy? What are you on about? Change your, dude. You can't just go on a diet and then be skinny forever. It's like you have to reduce your caloric intake, or increase your caloric expenditure, and then sustain it at a healthy weight. Which is done wrong, hard as fuck. Speaking as a guy who constantly is either getting fat or getting skinny, I'm currently in a process of getting skinny, but it's like, it's arduous. But you just got to commit to it, bro. And once you kind of form a habit. Chad, I've lost over 15 kgs in the last like year and something. So you can talk shit, but I was 86 kgs, and now I'm down to like 71, 72. Depending on that, sometimes I can go full below 71 if I've just taken a shit, just pissed, fresh in the morning, not eating any food. I'm like below 71 kgs. So you do the math on that. It's a lot. It's a lot of weight I lost, Chad. Lot of weight. Okay. Twink build. Show your beer belly. It's not. It's still there. That's the thing I'm trying to lose. I'm still diet. Thing is, it's weird. I'm happy with like my fat, my entire body, every single part of my body except for my gut, and it just will not go. I'm still trying to lose it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just maintain a caloric deficit. I'm gonna maintain it until until it goes away. And then I don't know if I'm going to end up at Skeletor. I don't have all the fat in my face because the issue is that, like, the skinnier I get, the less fat I have in my face, and like the more fucking demonic I look.
I've never had a good one. All the good stuff seems to be something that I dislike. All the bad stuff seems to be things that I'll consume in bucket loads.
It's not that I love to eat a lot, but it's just that I love to taste everything. Anything edible, I'll eat it.
Got myself up to about 200 kilos, and like you're kind of thinking I should eat less and whatnot, but then it's just something that you just do.
Cut the plate in half, eat only half my food, and then 3 hours later I'd be starving and I'd probably go into the pantry and eat the first thing I could find. And if that was chocolate biscuits, it'd be chocolate biscuits. If it was a carrot, I'd probably just go for chocolate biscuits.
Got a local pizza joint up my way.
See, that's retail maxing. Bro, if I got shit in my pantry, I gotta eat it. Like, if I got snacks in there, I gotta eat it. So what you do is you just don't have it. You just don't have the snacks. You don't give yourself the option to eat the snacks. That's the tick. That's how I've been losing kilogram after kilogram. If I want food, it's just like, okay, I have a pre-made meal. Although actually recently, because Abby's been fucking in hospital, I ran out of pre-made meals and I've actually been eating fucking Subway. So, but yeah, that's still
drive-through.
It's okay.
Of all things, drive-through. Even if I'm on a health kick and someone would say, let's go for a pizza, I usually say yes.
That question's kind of a trap for fat people because if I say, well, I eat a well-rounded diet, then they may think or say, well, you're a liar. And then if you start saying, well, I actually eat, whatever I want and I eat cake every day, then people are like, well, of course you do because you're fat.
Well, no, you are a liar though. What are you saying? The only way you get obese is by eating an excess calories, right? That's it.
Are you worried about your health?
This question usually reads to me more like, I think you should be worried about your health.
Oh, she's gonna
In
die
a word,
soon.
yes. Being the way I am
That guy looks like he's gonna die soon.
is not good for me.
Do I have health issues?
That guy looks healthier than this guy. Looks pretty healthy actually. He looks like most of his fat is subcutaneous.
Yes. Do I think they're because I'm heavy? Maybe.
There is currently a real moral obligation to health. People who don't want to say, ew, I think fat is gross, usually say, are you worried about your health?
Bro, her visceral fat is crazy, bro. Like she is literally a Elden Ring mob. Like I don't know how her organs, like, they must be so infested with fat cells. Like the amount of hormone disruption and all sorts of issues she must be having would be insane. Like she for sure is on diabetic drugs, right? Like she must have diabetes. Right, like, no
I want to
shot.
say, ew, I think fat is gross, usually say, are you worried about your health?
I have diabetes, type 2,
Okay. Oh,
which
right.
is sometimes seen as the fat diabetes. I accept that my body comes with risks.
Being 40 years of age now, I feel sometimes like I'm 60.
Sometimes.
Creaking knees and ankles.
Just worried about it. If my legs will be able to,
Wait, dude, there's the one diabetes that you get from being fat, and there's the one that you just get super unlucky and you happen to have, right? Is it, wait, one's insulin resistance, and the other one is like you have to, so you're hyperglycemic versus hypoglycemic, right? So one of them is like that they're just bad RNG and unlucky. The other one is like, yeah, you almost exclusively get from being a fat fuck or eating a diet of super giga mega turbo sugar. Right? Am I crazy?
to hold me.
I think as you get older, the more weight you have on
And
you,
you can
the worse.
actually you can reverse the type 2, right? You can reverse the type 2. Type 2 well, you can. People have. If you unfuck your diet, you can be pre-diabetic or even hit diabetes and need whatever the fuck injections. But then some people have. I mean, I've seen many stories of people who change their life around, start doing fitness, sort out their diet, and then they don't even need that shit anymore. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
When I worry about my health, it's not so much about my size. I am most concerned about my stress levels.
It's not that I
You
feel.
guys saying it's not reversed. What do you mean? It doesn't change resistance. You just don't need it anymore. It doesn't change resistance. But wait, you can change your diet and not be fat as fuck, right? And then you can. I've seen this happen. With people who are they were like saying, hey, like you're on the road to like amputations and shit. You're cooked. To they have like an epiphany. They sort their shit out, and then they don't need any drugs, and they're all good. Okay, I mean, I would call that if you have a disease and it's gonna kill you, and then you change your behavior, and then you no longer need any drugs, and you're all good. I would say that's reversed. I would say that Ask Rock. Well, I think it's the way it's
Being lazy, I'm big, but I do hard work.
I agree,
work
but then I disagree.
As an academic, and I have a 20-month-old toddler, and I burn the candles at both ends sometimes.
My brain kicks over every morning going, this is the day I'm going to change things. And then as the day progresses, old habits kick in and it always becomes I'll do it tomorrow. I've always been that sort of person that, I won't pay the bill until the reminder comes. Mate, the late fees and interest when it comes to a heart attack is death. And that's something that you don't want to go down that road.
The realistic situation is it's very, difficult to lose weight and keep it off. If you are fat, you may as well live your life happily.
I'm big.
Bro, if I was fat right now, I would just get on GLP-1 agonist. Right, for sure, like without a doubt. The downside of that shit is like that diabetics have been taking that shit for the longest time, and it's like for 20 plus years. People aren't dying. Bro, if I was fat as fuck, if I was one of these, like if I was that one chick with the orange hair, like this person here.
Most people said that being fat will make you unhealthy. When I get to the health examination, and it comes out like everything is positive.
There's no...
If I was this motherfucker, instantly GLP-1s, man. No doubt Ozempic out the wazoo, bro. Because the amount of health defects and bad things, all the comorbidities that come with being this like morbidly obese, it will absolutely outweigh any side effect you're going to get from one of those drugs. Just get some discipline and get diet and exercise. Well, yeah, well, obviously they can't do that, right? They can't do that. And the more fat you get, the more morbidly obese you get, the more fat cells you have, and the more like hormone signaling there is from those cells saying like eat food, and the more impossible it becomes to lose weight. So it's one of those things where like, yeah, you could say that, but like if you could just inject a thing which literally makes you not eat food, well then GG, right? I mean, like if you could, it's like, okay, inject this thing or die in the next like, what you got, like less than 10 years? What you got, like less than 10 years? Like what? I mean, really.
One diagnosis for health. There's no one set of parameters for health.
My heart rate was
You can
good.
out-eat a GLP-1, no shot.
Breast health was good, even though I'm big, but I'm healthy as well.
My health is pretty good. How's yours?
Dude, I wouldn't be... When that was this video? 4 days ago. Okay, she's probably still alive. Bro, if this is like a 5-year-old video, she's 100% dead, bro. Like, I would bet money she's dead.
Oh, lovely. How do you feel about airplane seats? I love this question.
I hate plane seats. I hate them.
I absolutely hate them.
Doesn't everyone hate aeroplane seats?
I don't...
When you're 6'10", 6 foot wide, with a big bum and long legs,
Holy shit.
you cannot fit in an airline
Bro,
seat.
how much... Bro, he's that big and that tall. He must consume so many calories, bro. He must consume so many.
For me, what's more important on aeroplanes is the behaviour of the people around me. Most people are pretty cool. You see some occasionally they do the whole, oh no, not my row, you know? And then that, when I move to the opposite end or something.
If I'm sitting next to somebody,
That's fair.
I don't want to impinge on their seat. So I will...
Everyone's had that experience where you sit in someone and they're like so wide that they're like body mass is sticking over, protruding. It's like touching your rib. And then their arms, obviously, they're not trying to, but their arms will just sit like this by default. And then their arms are out like over you. And you're just like, it's just fucking weird, you know? It's fucking weird, go.
in this way, which I might have to do for 20.
Like if you've been on, well, because I'm from New Zealand, which is like America level to obesity. So I guess all you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Like this is the thing. This is the thing.
The hours.
I've stuck with someone that about my same size, and we were like both squeezing in this chair.
My favourite was a girl sitting beside me. I was coming back from New Zealand and she had an iPad and her boyfriend was sitting the other side and she tapped out on the iPad, "Why do I always have to sit next to a fatso?" And I just went, "Why do I always have to sit next to an asshole?" And she just never said a word the rest of the trip.
I always
Yo, what the fuck? That would have been so awkward. That would have been so awkward. Dude, these situations she's getting herself into, like, is she just being a mega bitch? She has to be, right?
try to book for 2 seats.
She just doing
It's
this.
just too small. Wish they can make it a bit bigger.
Do you exercise?
No. I am active, but I don't exercise for exercise sake.
Yes, I do exercise, but not as often and as much as I'd like.
A group of friends and I did what we called aquaporco, which is actually synchronised swimming for fat women.
Going and doing aqua aerobics 3 times a week, that's exercise. I exercise a lot compared to what people assume I do.
Not only exercising, but at work as well. Going to work is like, going to the gym every day, and that's one of my
Do
favorite.
you know what? This is like fake news. So, like, if you're lifting stuff at work and you're doing these light loads many times, like they're shown if you have a job where you're on a construction site and you're having to move stuff constantly, your body wears out and you get fucked, but you don't get jacked. You don't get jacked because it's just like that. Lots of little mini movements and stuff over and over and over again. It's not the same as going to the gym and creating a fuck ton of resistance. That you do not. There's no point in your job where you're sitting there and you're pushing up 200 kilograms of weight with your legs. There's no job. There's no job where you're doing that. It's just like picking up random shit, moving things over, holding a drill, doing this over and over and over and over again, bending over for ages. It's not the same as, getting a really heavy weight and then pulling it down and then doing this like 15 times. It's just you don't do that. It's not happening. Well, otherwise you would just be, every construction worker would be jacked as fuck. It's just not the case. It's just not the case. Your body just adapts and gets used to it. You just get better at like putting your shit into a better angle to just lift things efficiently. I'm not wrong here. I watched a documentary that was comparing the difference between people and jobs, and you'd think that people who have the sedentary jobs would be worse off, but actually the people whose body gets the most fucked are people doing the active jobs where they're out doing physical labor for hours and hours and hours every day, and it ruins all their joints, get all fucked, and their back gets all fucked. That people keep telling me, do you know? Because I thought this was the same. My mum told me the same shit, and do you know what's funny? The one the line the fat lady said before about like doing practical exercise and actually not doing exercise, I used to spout that same shit. Like, why would I do that when I could just go do work at my house and go cut the lawns and do other stuff? It's not the same. It's actually cope. It's the hardest cope ever. It's not the same. And actually, after watching a whole doco on this, people doing this cope thing where they're like, I'm getting exercise in my job. I don't need to go to the gym. I'm a construction worker. No, it's actually more important. If you're a construction worker, you should go to the gym, and then you'll actually be stronger, and you can actually use muscles to lift the loads properly and figure out correct form, and you'll actually be better off with your joints. It's actually the opposite.
Favorite place to go and do my exercises.
They were saying, well, look, our bodies can do what other bodies do, and we have a right to be in public places, and we're bathers and so on.
There was a stage where I was on a really, really ridiculous regime of exercise. People don't believe me, but I would literally exercise between 6 and 8 hours a day. I was also on some pretty full-on diet pills at the time.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. 6 to 8 hours a day. Shut the what? Because they exercise. Like she probably had like a shake weight. She's probably in front of the TV, just doing this. I'm fucking exercising. Or like on one of those standing things, just vibrating. Ain't no way, bro. Okay, for start, you can't do 8 hours of proper. Well, depends. Like if you get to choose between doing 8 hours of like low intensity cardio, or doing like fucking 2 hours, like 1 hour of hardcore resistance training and 1 hour of fucking turbo hit cardio. You're way better off just condensing it down and getting a better sstimulus.
They were basically
Way better.
amphetamines. I had
good
this
juice.
incredible manic energy, but in the same sense, it couldn't work. My work was in really bad state because all I focused on was exercising and losing weight.
Even though people encourage what they'd call obese or fat people to do exercise, when you actually go into public spaces to do exercise, you are not always treated with respect.
I'm not at the gym 5 times a week for 3 hours, and I don't intend on it because I really can't stand gyms.
I kept convincing myself that the only thing that made me worthy was that I was getting thinner.
I see quite a bit of anger and disgust. I think it's a really unfortunate...
That thing about bullying fat people at gyms is not real. It's like the opposite. People are like, hell yeah. They're like, oh my God, this person's doing something about it. Like, speaking as my gym anyway, based on my gym, everyone's like, pop off, King. That's like this whole thing. I've never seen it. The only people I've seen getting bullied, bullying is at gyms are like, we got one weird dude at our gym who's like, does breakdancing and he just like goes into everyone's space and fucks with everyone, and he keeps hitting on like 14-year-old girls. And we've reported his ass to the gym like multiple times. He's going around hitting on like young, and he's like 40. The guy's legit like 40. Report it. We talked to the guy. Like we talked to the guy, and then there's a dude who's like, we got a guy who's like an amputee. And he just comes up to a machine and just starts yelling at the person on the machine. I believe he's actually been banned from the gym now. He's actually been, because he did it multiple times. He even come up to us and started like just getting angry at my personal trainer guy, because he was spending more than like 20 minutes on a machine, and this amputee dude was just like, and he's fat as well. Like, dude, he's fat and he's amputated as fuck, bro. Is it a gym or a mental assignment? Oh, there's like 2 bad guys. Everyone else is chill. There's literally like 2 bad guys, bro. Like, what are we talking about?
Thing. Who are you lazy fat person who eats too much, to claim happiness?
I was going to a psychiatrist at the time, and I went to him and I said, I can't do this anymore. I have no friends. I'm miserable all the time, and the weight's creeping back, and I'm doing 6 to 8 hours exercise a day, and I was sobbing and really in a bad place. And his response was, do you think you could squeeze another 45 minutes exercise in? I was suicidal at that point.
Surely I have a right to live how I want to live, and if I don't like exercise, that should be okay.
Where's the quality of life?
What was she, dude? All right. She's so full of shit. If she's doing 6 to 8 hours of exercise, what, is she eating like 5 pizzas afterwards? Like, I've done all this work. Do you know what? That's the biggest lie that all these fast food companies have taught everyone. Is that like, oh yeah, the reason you're fat, the reason you're getting obese is because you're not doing enough exercise. Whenever it's like 85, 90% diet. It's legitimately, it's like the complete majority diet. And they gaslight you into thinking it's like about doing more exercise. Whenever it's the complete majority diet. So if she was doing this shit and then, which I don't think she was doing 8 hours of exercise, that sounds ridiculous. There's no way. You would be losing weight.
Talks about the quality of life when you're a fat person. I certainly didn't have the quality of life when I was trying to be a thin person,
Is sex difficult when you're fat?
Hard question.
No comment.
No. No, not at all.
I don't know, I think sex is pretty difficult most of the time, regardless. Gotta find someone who wants to have sex with you first.
The old missionary position stuff, those kind of things, they're still the same.
There's actually a book called Big Love. It's a book about positions that fat people can try, whether you're male or female, or whether if both partners are fat. So in fat sex, you might change some things, some angles, lift a piece of fat here, move a stomach there.
Instead of being down there, you have to sort of be about here because you've got a bit of a cushion. It is more cushion for the pushing.
Like logistics. So a lot of it might be logistical. It's kind of like an adapted Kama Sutra, using a pillow underneath your back or bum so you can lift yourself up a bit more.
I don't think you're as agile when you're a larger person. Although I did read somewhere that if you're fat, you actually last longer. So
if you want to make it work, you'll make it work.
This guy, like, he's big. He's bigger than me, but he has like I think 11 or 12 kids. Yeah, and I asked him, how do you do it? And he said, like, well, you have your style, I have my style.
My wife and I have a sex life, and I'm not going to talk about it because I would get killed, and there would be no sex life because I'd be dead.
I think everyone just have like your own style to do it.
People are obsessed with how other people have sex. You know, maybe you're doing it wrong and I'm doing it right, you know?
If you could weigh less tomorrow, would you? I could take a dump and I'm weigh less than 5 minutes if you like.
Before I even read that question, I said yes. In my head, I said yes. If I could weigh less tomorrow, definitely would.
For me, that's like saying if we could live in a land of pink lemonade and, you know, cupcakes growing on trees, would you?
Sure, it'd be nice to not have to worry about trying to find clothes that fit. It'd be nice not to have to worry about plane seats anymore.
Maybe I wouldn't have the solid sort of fuck you vibe that I've got, you know? When people are rude to me, I would actually take it on board more now. I'm just like, fuck you.
I feel like the reason why everyone's rude to you, though, lady, is because you're rude to them. I think you are seeking it out. Every single vibe I've got from her is like, she's a mega bitch. And then, okay, if you're a mega bitch, everyone's a mega... Because I feel like there's so many nice, jolly, friendly, fat people out there, and no one's talking shit to those guys. Because they're just nice people. It's just... It's literally all being fat is like it's just a vector. Okay, obviously it's a bad thing for your health, and it's like an easy layup. Like if someone says some shit to you and you can just call them fat back, GG. That's like it's GG, right? It's one of those things where people will bust it out if they. It's just like a free W card in a conversation. Yeah, but you're fat. It's instant GG. It's like a cheat code for winning an argument. Yeah, but you're fat. So it's like. But you don't just say that to someone for no reason at any point, because that's fucked up. But if they're being a cunt, well, then that's when you just bust it out. GG. I do. Well, I don't know. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I don't know why you would do that. That doesn't make sense to just randomly bully fat people. I don't think it works. I think, talking to fat people about, getting an understanding of like how they understand, how weight loss works. I think a lot of fat people just are uninformed and don't realize how weight loss works. Dude, if it's family members, dude, I'm the biggest fan. Like any family members that I'm morbidly like real fat, I'm like, hey, have you heard of these things called GLP-1s? I'm like the biggest. I should be a fucking pharmaceutical salesman. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You should get on that. You should get on that. Like the people are like, because you're gonna die soon. You're gonna die soon.
So growing up, it felt like to me that the worst thing you could be was fat. And so when I look back in my journals, as I always wrote, I worried that I had the worst body that anyone had ever had through history or would ever have in the future.
If I could weigh less tomorrow, definitely would. I think for me, when I'm weighing less...
No, she's not even close, bro. Speaking as like I've watched so many episodes of Dr. Now where the people where they're like 750 pounds and shit, and they get these things called sarcopenia? No, what I'm thinking of. They get these abscesses. These abscesses. I'm not talking about this. No, and it's so disgusting. It's like a mass, not a bed sore. Not a bed sore. No. Like imagine on their leg a huge mass of flesh. A lymphedema. Yeah. If you want to, it's like, in ogres in video games, how they have like these weird, huge, like, almost like a skin tag, except massive. It's like that, except they're real humans. So they've got like this foot stump, and then off the side of their leg, they've got this huge, massive meat coming off there, and it's just like it's real dangerous. It's real dangerous. And they get them cut off and shit. I don't even want to Google it and show it to you, but like she's not even close to that. And like this, I'm saying there's real ugly fat people that exist that will make you physically nauseous. I don't even want to show it on stream. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I move more.
It's called a lymphedema. I'll show you a super tame one, eh? There you go. Look, here's a picture of a 3D version of what it's like. It's like they legitimately, it's like ogres. They look like ogres from video games, except it's a human. And this is very common. When the lymphatic system is damaged or blocked or removed, often as a result of cancer, radiation infections, or morbid obesity. And yeah, it's fuck. It just looks like so fucked, bro. This is it. That's legit what it looks like, bro. Okay, I gotta stop looking at these things. I gotta.
More comfortable in my skin, confidence is higher, everything just, for me, just feels better when you're thin.
I enjoy not obsessing anymore over my body and not worrying.
We could just stop people from looking at you weirdly by teaching them that it's okay to be fat.
You can do all of the things you think you can only do when you're thin, when you're a fat person.
That's fucking cap. That's fucking cap. There's practical limits for so many things. That's so cap. That's just coping. This is the hardest cope ever. Bro, go climb a mountain right now. Like, I would like, she will die. Like, 10% up one of the most basic mountain trails here in New Zealand. Go sprint right now. I could easily sprint right now. Wait, me? I could easily sprint right now. Oh, you're talking that lady. Doing that lady. I was gonna say I could easily sprint. I was gonna say like, dog, I can sprint. You know, yeah, like what the fuck? But no, yeah. That's the biggest cap ever. Do you know what's cool though? I think that we're almost there, right? We're almost at the point where like, dude, this retatrutide shit that's getting through this, where like, it's like GLP-1, GIP, and it has a fucking mechanic where it increases your metabolism and all this stuff. We're getting, and all these various peptides that are coming through. I think obesity will be cured, right? I think it will be cured. And when I say cured, I mean someone can get a medication that they inject once a week or once every 2 weeks or whatever, and they will not be fat anymore. Like it'll be an opt-in. I think we're almost there, bro. We're almost there. But I think give us like 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years. Dude, like literally, you have to opt into being fat if you want to be fat. That's where we're at. Now, I'm not saying don't do retatrutide. I'm not saying do that. Don't do weird ass. I'm not saying do that. I'm not saying. What I'm saying is like these drugs that we already have, these diabetes medications that actually turned out to be super OP. That they're modifying them, they're augmenting them, they're making them to like these pronged like fucking thing, which do insane shit to the body. What I'm saying is, I think just survive. If you're fat, survive long enough. Don't get diabetes. Don't get amputated or anything. And then, try maintain or even lose weight. But then there's going to be some overpowered biotech shit coming our way that's going to hard carry this. People who are morbidly obese. Yeah, don't get diabetes. Straight up. Don't die. Don't die. It's big, man. I'm telling you. Big Pharma 69. Well, not even that. Like, it's like China ripping off other companies that spend years researching stuff and then just make super cheap versions of the drugs that people buy online on these weird grey markets and then just inject into themselves raw dog, which probably have like trace contaminants that might end up killing you. But still, what I'm saying is that if you're fat as fuck in your chat right now, which there are fat as fuck people in the chat right now, lock in, at least stay the same weight or lose weight, and then just wait out for these drugs. And like, dude, they're going to hard carry you. Or just lose it natty, right? GG. But, obviously if you can't, right?
Your body size doesn't actually determine what your life is like. Sometimes other people do. The lesson I have learned is to not carry other people's negativity and not carry other people's judgment. I have to live up to my standards, not other people's.
That's it. Finished. Done.
She's delusional, by the way. She's literally delusional.
Yeah.
That's everything now.
Sweet.
So I don't know if you're going to get much of a light-hearted tone from that, but
There's all sorts of things in there.
yeah.
These are great questions, by the way. That sex one, that was hilarious.
That was good. That was really good, actually.
You're great, actually. Yeah. A lot of laughs in there. Very good. What they do is they start off with some hard hitting, like funny questions, and then they go to some comedic ones, and they go to like a serious one at the end. They go, I like this formula. It's pretty good.